Welcome to the lounge, where we challenge accountability. I'm Urban, and we don't do surface talk here. We use emotional intelligence. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Every beat a question, every bar a lesson. I turn the mic to a mirror, life's a session. Urban in the mix, soul and intellect blend. We ain't just talk truth, we set trends from Dallas to the world. We break that ceiling, no clout, just facts, that's the real feeling. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Trap drums drop, but the message don't fade. Every thought sparks like a hand grenade. Faith, pain, love, and drive all collide, that's how minds revive. All collide, that's how minds revive. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Mind open wide like a city skyline. Every topic shaped by design. The urban lounge where ideas ignite. Late night thoughts under podcast lights. Every episode of thought design. The urban lounge where iron sharp iron. We build from the ground like truth rewiring. Can't fake what's felt when the mic's ignited. If you listening now, you already invited. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking.
The following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Real quick community guidelines before we start the show. Now I want y'all to know that this is a space for respectable, thought-provoking conversations. We encourage intelligent discussions, different viewpoints, and respectable debates. Disagree if you want, but do it with substance and respect. Self-promotion is not allowed. This is not your billboard. Links, spam, and promotions in the comments or in live chat will be blocked immediately. Distasteful trolling, insults, or bad faith behavior will not be entertained. You will be blocked and banned. No warnings, no back and forth. Finally, y'all will notice that the subscriber mode is on. It is only for 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. That way we can protect the integrity of the show and also protect the integrity of people who actually want to comment in the comment section faithfully, all right? We're here to think, challenge ideas, and grow, and not derail the conversation. If you're here in good faith, then I welcome you. Y'all enjoy this. What's up, y'all? What's up with it? What's up with it, man? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of the Urban Lounge Podcast. I am Urban, your good and wonderful host. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. So actually, it's August, y'all, man. As a matter of fact, it's August the 3rd. Shoot, this year kind of passing by kind of quick. This year is passing by quick, y'all. August the 3rd is where we at right now. Shoot, so shout out to August, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the damn summer too, man. Man, it was hot. It been hot as hell too. I'm one of them type of one, man, that I don't like the summer at all, period. The summer are my worst months, genuinely. The summer is my worst months. I hate the summer. I really do. I prefer the fall and the winter, to be honest with y'all. So, but that's neither here nor there. But so hopefully August will gone, be done and over with, and we could get into the fall season and shoot, wintertime somewhere. Damn. But yeah, nevertheless, y'all, once again, shout out to y'all, everyone who's in the building right now. Y'all know what time it is. I do this episode every month, either at the end of the month or the beginning of the month. And it's the Ask Urban Anything show. This is the episode where I allow you, as the viewer, to ask me any questions your heart desire. And yes, on this episode, I don't have the subscriber mode on at all, period. So I let the floodgates open, and y'all can want to ask me whatever questions you want to ask me, as long as it goes with the YouTube community guidelines and standards. Now, if it be some straight outrageous question you ask me, then I'm not going to answer it at all, period. I don't care how much you beg for it, I'm not going to answer it. All right. So other than that, we're going to have one great and wonderful episode. Make sure you hit the thumbs up to support this channel. All right. So we've been having a lot going on in July, man. We've been having a lot of conversations going on, and I've been doing various teaching series to you brothers, you know what I'm saying? And I got more of the relationship dynamic series that I'm going to be presenting to you this month as well too. Matter of fact, we'll do part 2 of that this week, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So we'll do part 2 of that, where I'm going to teach you about the relationship dynamics so you can understand what type of relationship that you're getting yourself into. All right. So those of y'all who didn't catch the beginning of the series, part 1 talk about egalitarian, which is an equal relationship, and partnership relationships. All right. So if you didn't catch part 1 of that, it is up on my channel right now. Go ahead and catch part 1 of that, and we're going to continue with part 2 of that this week. All right. But yeah, we've been talking about a lot, man. We've been talking about a whole lot over here at the lounge, man. Hey, what's up, real? What's up with it, bro? Salute. But yeah, we've been talking about a whole lot over here at the lounge, man. We having different conversations. We be having conversations either on the live stream, or we have conversations in the community posts, or we have conversations in my shorts that I present out to you as well too. You know what I'm saying? So we've been having a lot of different conversations going on, but one conversation in particular that people wanted me to talk about, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it on the stream. All right. I was thinking about just doing a separate show talking about this, but we talk about it tonight because I believe that it don't require for me to do extensive research talking about this topic. You know what I mean? But so I've been putting up a lot of stuff on my community wall, and shout out to my moderator online as well too, because he also be sending me different information to put out on the community wall as well too. So we both be researching stuff together, and I got one more guy as well too. He be sending me stuff to post as well too. So shout out to them. Oh, matter of fact, if you want to participate in this, gentlemen, if you see like a post or anything that you want me to bring over here to the lounge so we can have a conversation about it, you should let me know. All right. And the best way you let me know is by emailing me. All right. My email is on my about page on my channel. All right. So if you see any type of post that you see, whether it's on Facebook, IG, whatever, go ahead and screenshot that post and send it to me, and I will post it over here to my channel so we can have a conversation about it. All right. Because I want y'all to be actively involved in this channel too. All right. Because this channel isn't just for me, but it's also one for y'all as well too, gentlemen. All right. So whatever conversation that you want to have, by all means, email it to me, and we'll probably even have a full episode about it, depending on how hot the topic is. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that. All right. So once again, that is located on my about page on my channel. All right. But we've been having a conversation on my community post. It was one particular post that people did want me to talk about, and we're going to want to talk about that tonight. But once again, I want to remind everybody that tonight, this is the Ask Urban Anything show, all right? So feel free to post any questions you want in the chat right now, all right? Long as the questions are tasteful, long as the questions doesn't go against community guidelines and standard, I will address the question. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about it, Jimmy. Let me go ahead and share my screen as well too, so y'all can get a clear idea of what we're gonna talk about. So this is the post right here. All right. This is the post that I have posted on my community wall. And it's having a lot of conversations going on. As you can see, we over 1,200 comments on this so far. And people are still commenting on this. We got over 7,000 likes. So yeah, over 7,000 likes and about 1,200 comments on this so far. And people are still talking about this. But I'm gonna blow this up so y'all can see it, so y'all can understand the full context of this. All right. Here it is right here. So this is the conversation that we're currently having over here in the community. That's why I tell y'all to make sure that you participate on the community wall too, because y'all be missing a lot of interesting conversations we be having over here, all right? So, shout out to my moderator, Lionel. He the one who sent this to me, all right? He said, man, Urban, send this over to the community. I guarantee it's going to be a great conversation. All right, say less, bro. So, we sent it over there and this is the conversation that we're having, all right? So let me go ahead and read to y'all the context of this post, all right? And this, I think it's like about 10 slides on here, all right? So the first slide is start off by saying this. My grandparents were married for 60 years. One day I asked my grandfather, what's the secret to loving the same woman for a lifetime, all right? So I expected him to say communication, trust, date nights. Instead, he looked at my grandmother and said, you don't love the same woman. Next slide. That answer stopped me. Then he said, she changes every few years, and if you don't update the way you love her, you'll lose her. Then the next slide. The woman I married at 22 wasn't the same woman at 30. Motherhood changed her, hardship changed her, time changed her. Hurry up, YouTube. All right, at 40, she needed respect more than romance. At 50, she needed partnership more than passion. At 60, she needed presence more than promises. He paused for a moment and added, every time she changed, I had a choice. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. All right, so I could complain that she wasn't the woman I fell in love with, or I could fall in love with the woman she was becoming. Then he says something I'll never forget. The biggest mistake people make is thinking love stays the same. They fall in love once, then stop paying attention. Because the moment you stop discovering the person beside you, someone else eventually will. Hey, what's up with it, bro? What's that on Gito Planet? What's up with it? We almost, we're at the last one right now as soon as it load up. All right. So finally it says, loving someone a lifetime means staying curious about them, keep learning them, keep noticing them, and keep choosing them. All right. So just like what Gito Planet said, that sounds like some sound wisdom, right? But however, many other brothers in the comment section did not have the same sentiment. There was a mixed review on this. There was a mixed review. So the mixed review was this. The mixed review is that Many of the brothers agreed what they were saying, but many of the brothers didn't agree with it. In fact, many of the brothers had interpreted a different way. This is what the brothers interpreted. They interpreted as the grandfather deciding to become what is known as a sucker in the marriage. I wouldn't necessarily call him a simp in this marriage, because some of them was calling him a simp, but I wouldn't necessarily call him a simp in this marriage, but they was calling him a sucker in this marriage. The reason why they were saying that is because he was willing to sacrifice himself just so he could constantly adjust to the changes that his wife was going through throughout the years of them being together. Okay? So a lot of the men in the comment section, they're saying, no, that's not even a good deal at all, Urban. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I be constantly dealing with her chaos? That's basically what they was calling it. They're saying, why would I be dealing with her chaos throughout this whole entire marriage of her constantly changing? That was one part of it. Then the second part of it, they were saying, well, we hear what the grandfather was saying, right? But what did the grandmom say? What did his wife say? Did she share the same sentiment, or was she just sitting up there just listening to him the whole entire time talking and disagreeing with it? So many of the brothers had caught on to that, and so they was disagreeing with it. They was saying, no, they don't sound right. They don't sound right, Urban, and we ain't feeling this at all, period. So it been a back and forth with this. People then took this to different levels of it. People then took it to extreme levels as well, too. People then went to biblical levels and all kind of stuff in the comment section. So tonight, before I give y'all my perspective on this, which I gave my perspective on this, but before I give my perspective on this tonight with you who are viewing, what do y'all think about this? Do you feel that what the grandfather has said was some sound advice that he gave to his grandson? Or do you feel that the advice that he gave to his grandson was a sound advice, but it was sucker behavior, where he's literally teaching his grandson the whole concept about happy wife, happy life? What do you think? What do you think? I'll let y'all ponder on that. But once again, this is the Ask Urban Anything show. Once again, y'all can ask me any questions y'all want to in the chat. Long as it goes with YouTube community guidelines and standard, I will answer the question. None that. So what's up with a shout out to you, brother? Salute. So we got a question tonight. Uncle Ginger Chronicle said this: were you on the TV show Baggage? Hell no. I'm not an actor, bro. I haven't been on that TV show, but appreciate the question. Gido say this: they're assuming she's chaotic. Men change over time too, and they still together. Gotcha. And now ask me this question. He said this: can I ask you a serious question? Why you talk funny? That because I have an accent. I have a combination of a Texan accent, a Louisiana accent, and a California accent. The reason why is because even though I was born here in Texas, my father was from Louisiana. My father literally Creole. So I have a combination of his accent, and I had developed a combination of my mom accent as well too, because she's from California. All right. Matter of fact, she's from the Bay Area in California. So I have a combination of all that accent, and it created mine. So that's the reason why I talk the way I talk. All right. Hey, what's up, man? Salute to you, Flying Guillotine 22. So with it, bro. Salute to you. But that's the reason why I had an accent. All right. I know. When people hear me talk for the first time, they're like, "This dude sounds weird. Sounds funny." Then sometimes it'll sound broken. But it's all part of my dialect. All right. So that's the reason why. But appreciate you asking the question. All right. Happy spouse, happy house, happy wife, happy life. Yeah. Well, happy spouse, happy house is less than happy wife, happy life. Well, yeah, I agree with you on that concept. Yeah. Because I don't believe in the concept about happy wife, happy life at all, period. I really don't. Some people do, but I don't. I believe that happy wife, happy life thing is some sucker stuff for real. I believe that happy wife, happy life thing is something that the boomers had came up with in that generation. Where they felt like that as long as they do everything that the woman requires for them to do, they're going to be at peace. But I don't agree with that bullshit at all.
That's bullshit.
I don't. In fact, I'm going to share with y'all what I have said about this post, all right? So here's my first stance. My first stance on this is this. I have said that this post aims to shed light on how the boomer generation popularized this saying, happy wife, happy life. What's even more concerning is that they instilled the next generation of men the notion of suffer in silence. Brothers, this doesn't define masculinity. It makes us look like a fool and a simpleton. Okay? So that's my general stance on this particular post. Because once again, I don't believe in the happy wife, happy life thing. Then also, when you read this post carefully, right, you are going to notice that the grandmother never said anything to validate the things that the grandfather was saying. You will also notice that everything that the grandfather was saying was geared towards his wife and geared towards her alleged personal growth. Now, I want y'all to be clear on this, okay? When it's talking about personal growth, such as a person, evolving every single moment, every single time, right? Then I have no problem with that whatsoever. I have no problem with that. But this particular post wasn't talking about her doing that. This particular post was talking about him putting up with her mental changes. Okay? One moment of time, her mind was this way, then another moment of time, her mind is another way. And it was all geared towards her age. So, me personally, in this particular situation, I don't agree with the whole sentiment of this post. I really don't. I believe that when you're married, right, it should be reciprocated. If this is the dynamic of the marriage, then it should be the same exact way on both ends. If she's going through this process, she should be accepting him go through this process as well too. Here's another thing. Also, I'm looking at the comments, right? Many of the people who are agreeing with this, right? They were saying this. They were saying what was it saying? Oh, they were saying that the grandmother, right? They were saying that, well, the Bible said for you to love your wife, right? So isn't this not part of fulfilling the Bible, which is to love your wife like you love Christ in the church? So my rebuttal on that is this. If this is your dynamic of your relationship, then it could very much well be that way. But me personally, I don't believe that this is fulfilling that scripture of loving your wife as you love the church, right? I don't agree with that at all, period. The reason why is because This man is literally sacrificing himself, sacrificing his sanity, sacrificing his mental health, just so his wife can be stabled. Every moment she's crashing out or whatever type of bullshit she got going on with her, right? He's sitting up there right there with her. And I don't agree with that. Now, here's an exception to the rule. Now, let's say in this hypothetical, right? Since this whole conversation is a hypothetical, right? Let's say that his wife was dealing with mental issues. She was dealing with mental issues. So in that particular case, I would say this. First of all, since he has signed up for that, then yeah, it's going to be his obligation to put up with all the chaos that she presents with that, because that's the dynamic of the relationship that he signed up for. Right? I want to challenge y'all on this as well too. Consider this, brothers. Consider if the situation was in reverse, okay? Let's say that on this post, it was the grandmother sharing this story, right? Word from word. How would you think that the women will receive this post? Now, keep in mind, if we do it in reverse, and it's the grandmother who's telling this whole entire story, right? Word from word, line for line. How would you think that the women will receive this post? Would they say the same as that thing that many of the brothers were saying, where they was talking about, man, that's sound wisdom and different things like that? Or would they resort to feminism and say that this woman is being foolish? Let's think about it. Let's dig deeper into this, brothers. Let's say even more in this hypothetical scenario, right? Let's say this. Let's say that all these changes that the grandfather was going through and stuff, right, that she's putting up with, right? Let's say within these changes that he was being physically abusive to her. Will we carry these same sentiments then? Or do we consider the latter? Because I already know what the women are going to say. They're going to say, nah, this is some bullshit, Urban.
That's bullshit.
I'm not feeling this. We are not going to sit up here and just be in a relationship with this man doing all these different things. Like, case in point, the grandfather, he ended up not having a job. He unemployed. Right? Do you really think a woman is going to put up with a man who's unemployed for X amount of time? Do you really think her sisterhood is going to quote the Bible scripture, say, well, since he's unemployed, the Bible said that you got to love your husband like you love the church? Do you really think women going to tell other women that? Or do you think that they're going to say the latter? They're going to say this. They're going to say, nah, girl, you being foolish. What do y'all think? Once again, shout out to everybody in the building. D, what's up with it, bro? Salute to you. Assure Extra, I guess that's your name. What's up with it, man? What's up? Salute to you. Geo Planet, thank you for the 100 gift. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. You say this post has all the makings of old school R&B simps. Weak, and Leon Thomas Mutz. Yeah, it do. Hey, a matter of fact, I actually did a stream talking about the R&B music, but I did it was almost a year ago. I might need to revisit that stream, but I did a stream talking about R&B music, how the 80s and 90s R&B music had literally created simps and beta men. Because it's true. It is absolutely true. Them dudes, them R&B artists, man, all the R&B artists is nothing more than pickup artists and tricks. Right? Because they got the money to do it. But however, the exchange behind that is that the people who was listening to them, them dudes that was listening to them, they the ones who end up becoming beta men. Beta! They the one who end up becoming, some of them probably became like some suckers. Some of them became tricks. And many of them became simps. This the reason why, brothers, the women be acting the way that they be acting all entitled. Where you take them out on a date and they expecting you to pay all this money for an expensive meal. They expecting you to pull up and give them roses and flowers and stuff. They expect for you to be crying in the rain, begging and stuff for them. Because them fools was doing it on their videos. So yeah, I agree with you, brother. Absolutely, that R&B music screwed us up big time, big time, big time. What questions should couples ask before they get in that bed? Good question, bro. The question you should ask before you get in that bed is, first of all, have y'all been tested? That's the bigger one, bro. You need to make sure that the person who you hop in that bed with, that y'all are tested and protected. Straight up. Straight up. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. Before that interaction happens, y'all need to be abundantly clear about the terms of endearment. Meaning this. Are we just smashing just to be smashing? Or is this a friends with benefit type of thing? Or is this going to be a situationship type of thing? Or is this going to be a smash? The next thing you know, you fall in love with me. So you need to throw that out there right in and there. That way it won't be no misunderstanding whatsoever. I'm just saying. But yeah, D, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Salute. Yes, if he looks good. I don't know. I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know. They'll check this out. They'll tolerate it. They'll tolerate it to a certain extent. But the moment when they feel like that they're being abused, they're not gonna put up with that, bro. They're not gonna put up with that. Appreciate you. Hey, Angel, what's up, man? What's up with it, man? Salute. Welcome. I have to check that out. They made it real bad for masculinity. Lots of begging. Yeah, facts. Angel, say this. I have a question regarding any relationship. What is a relationship to you? Now, brother, are you talking about a relationship in general? Or are you talking about a intimate relationship? So you have to make yourself clear on that. Because there are different types of relationship. So are you talking about a general relationship? Or are you talking about an intimate relationship? Or are you talking about a platonic relationship? Business relationship? Yeah, so let me know what you're talking about. Keith Sweat ain't at fault. No, bro, Keith Sweat made it worse. He made it worse. Keith Sweat made it worse with all that damn begging he was doing. He made it worse. R&B have influenced foreign women expectation too. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Any relationship in general. So, since we talking about any relationship in general, what it means to me is this. In general, it means that whenever you say that you are in a relationship with someone, that means that you are making a commitment to that person. Okay? Now, if you follow the Bible, that's the same concept of making a covenant with a person. That's also the same thing as making an agreement with the person. So in general, that's what a relationship means to me, that you're making a agreement or a covenant with that person. So that's what I'm saying. The relationship, it could be anything. It could be a platonic relationship with friends. It could be an intimate relationship. It could be a business relationship. It could be in any one of them things. You know what I mean? Any one of them things. But good question, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, Mo, so with it, bro? Do you think people today are looking for love or they're looking for convenience? In modern day time, bro, I believe that in this modern day time, a lot of people are looking for convenience. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because we're living in a modern day time where we got options now. We don't have to do, just like on this picture right here, we don't have to do what the boomers did back in that day, or the generation prior before them. We don't have to do what they did, where they was forced to be in relationships due to survival. We don't have to do that no more. So it's more so out of convenience. It's more so ultimately what we could get out of each other. Because if you're living your life correctly, meaning that you're not living above your means, you could survive your whole entire life without even being in a relationship at all, period. You really can. But however, what happened is that a lot of us are living beyond our means. A lot of us trying to keep up with each other. Just like the old saying, keeping up with the Joneses. A lot of us is doing that. And so due to us doing that, right, we end up having way more expensive bills and living arrangements. So it'd be beneficial for you to be partner up with somebody. But it becomes inconvenience. But at the same time, while you partner up with that person, right, they still have the option to either continue the relationship or end it due to irreconcilable differences. So it's a lot of options there. But however, this is one of the main reasons why the brothers, they say this. They say that they don't benefit from being in relationships with women, which I understand it. Because when you look at that, at the end of the day, women tend to benefit out of relationships more than men. Okay? And the reason why is because if you were to get a legal contract with them, right, meaning getting married, and end up terminating that contract, depending on what state you're in, you're going to have to divide your assets. In most cases, women benefit from that. Let alone if you decide to procreate together too. I call it a severance package that women end up receiving. So that's why I'm saying that, yeah, I understand when the brothers say that for real. Like, hey, Irby, even if we do this, bro, we're not going to benefit out of this whatsoever. I'm just saying. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. I listened to your video replay and I agree with many points. So appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. And those of y'all who are tuning in, welcome to the Ask Irby Anything show. This is the show that I do every single month for y'all, where y'all could just ask me any questions that you want to ask me, all right? Longest it goes with YouTube community guidelines and standards. Now, if I read it and they don't go with it, then I'm not going to address it, all right? So, but other than that, yes, you can ask any questions you want to. So I'm addressing the questions. Then we also talking about this particular post, because many of the brothers want me to talk about this community post too. All right. So appreciate y'all. Condensed things, OG. Yep. My 2-year roommate stage is almost over. Shout out to you. An intimate relationship is more a convenience in today's world of entitlement. All right. Now, before I get to user question, let me go ahead and acknowledge the super chat real quick. Appreciate the super chat. How are these dudes still complaining about these women who say they will use them? I don't see it. You can't see them coming. Okay. Gotcha. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and heart that real quick. Okay, let's get to this question. In your opinion, what percentage of people are really relationship material? Now, are you talking about for us gender-wise, like a man and a woman? Or are you talking about solely men? Or are you talking about solely women? All right. You let me know what direction you're going with that, then I'll be able to answer that. Because once again, that's kind of like a general question. So I need to know exactly where you want me to go with it. Are you talking about only men? Only women? Or we could combine them together, men and women. All right. They took God out of everything. Facts, I agree with you on that one. Many don't realize a relationship takes work to make it. I agree with you on that. It do. Whenever you do be in a relationship, it do take work. Now, gentlemen, I want y'all to understand this clearly. Now, if you decide to be in a relationship, it is your duty as a man to fulfill your obligation of that relationship. Okay? So, yes, I do agree that you have to do your part in making it work. Okay. But I also agree that it's also the woman's responsibility to meet us halfway in accomplishing that too. So it can't be just the man doing all the work and the woman that's sitting up there looking pretty like Peggy Bundy on Marriage Children. Hell no. She got to meet the man there. She got to meet him there. That's the whole concept about reciprocating. Now, I understand that sometimes the nuance with reciprocated could be, one moment it'd be 80, the next moment it'd be 20, then it'd be 50-50, then, it'd be 100-100. It does depending on what's happening in the dynamic of their relationship. I understand that part. But for the most part, we should always be meeting dead in the middle. We should be fighting to meet in the middle every single time. But yeah, facts. Living within your means, yep, gotcha, regardless of dynamics. Marquis asks this, has social media made relationships stronger, or has it made everyone believe that there's someone better one swipe away? All right, so the answer to this question is this. Modern day social media has pulled the veil up on relationships. What I mean by this, the things that men always said, like to us, one another, like say for example, where we at the barbershop, right? If y'all go to the barbershop, or you've been to the barbershop, or you don't have to be the barbershop, it could be chilling with your homies, right? We always be having bro talk, right? Where we be having conversations dealing with, our girls and different relationship talks and different things like that, right? But guess what? It stopped right there. And that was prior before social media. It just stopped in our circle. And then when we want to express that, even to the women that we love, then it becomes fake. Oh, you're lying. It's fake. That ain't what y'all really talking about. So social media had opened up the floodgates to now where everything we've been talking about is been exposed. From modern women to women who are out there, being birds and thotting it out, you know what I'm saying? All that we've been talking about that. But social media just exposed it even more. And of course, a lot of people didn't like it. So now it has a positive effect, but it also have a negative effect as well too, depending on your interpretation behind it. But I know one thing for sure is that depending on like where you're getting your information from, it could literally protect you. Like say for example, y'all who are over here right now at the lounge, and I appreciate y'all enjoying this content over here, right? And the things that I share and teach to y'all at the lounge, right? So over here, I do my very best to teach y'all things that's going to literally protect you, that's literally going to save your life if you take it seriously, right? So it could be beneficial for you. But at the same time, you may go to another content creator or whatever. They might not be doing the same as that thing. They may be just straight grifting you. I'm just saying. But yeah, good question, man. Good question. Yep, and being frugal is the key. People aren't going back to work physically. Yeah, people are working from home and not socializing anymore. I can agree with that because I be working from home, bro. But I still try to socialize on the cool though. Yeah, you gotta have that socialization, man. Kids are expensive and complicated if it doesn't work out. Yeah, facts. I agree. COVID plus social media equals the end. Yeah. Yeah, COVID did a number on this too on the cool though. Y'all want to know what? After when COVID was said and done, right, I had seen so many divorces, man. I mean, the divorce rate had went up because people started realizing that if you're being with that person, you got to stay with them. You got to deal with them. And so they're like, man, I ain't finna deal with this bullshit. Forget that. Calling out, some people was engaged, they called off the wedding. Some people was married, they got divorced, all kind of crazy stuff. Have dating apps increase our options or decrease the willingness to commit? Now, dating apps, I don't know how to answer that, bro, because I have a different perspective about dating apps since I used them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because okay, me personally, when I had used the dating apps, right, I did not use the dating apps to date people. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. When I use the dating apps like Plenty of Fish and Match and different things like that, I use it strictly to smash, man. I'm just gonna be dead honest with y'all. I use it strictly to smash. And the only reason why I did that is because I didn't find value in them dating apps. Because I believe you could find more value just simply going out and approaching and talking to people. But let's say that I was taking the dating app serious, right? And literally looking for a relationship. I have heard stories where there have been many couples who got on these dating apps and they had got married and they have happy and wonderful lives. Shout out to them. Do I believe that could happen to me if I were to took that path? Probably. But another part of this is that for the most part, I only see single people utilizing dating apps. I don't see a whole lot of people who are either in committed relationships, let alone married, using dating apps unless they trying to cheat. But even then, I don't see it being a lot. So yeah. Let's see. I'm currently in a relationship and it takes a lot of effort to make it, but we are making it work. Shout out to you for being in a relationship, bro. Shout out to you. Just like I say, I'm married too, bro. I am married too. Been married for almost 6 years now. So shout out to you on that. And she's an amazing person. Shout out to you on that. What does trust actually look like in everyday life? Now, that could be another general question. If we're talking about in relationships, trust is based on the terms of your contract. All right. It's based on whatever you have set place within that relationship. If you want to set any relationship that you don't want nobody to cheat and breaching that, then there's no longer trust because the contract being breached. So it does depends on the overall relationship. That's how I see it. A relationship is a type of partnership and dynamics are always changing. Now, Angel, the only thing with that, bro, is that I don't believe in partnership relationships because matter of fact, when you go into my playlist, right? If you go to my playlist from last week, I did a whole series talk. Well, I'm beginning doing a series talking about relationship dynamics, right? And so I talked about partnerships on it, right? And so I believe that partnership is more like a business arrangement than an actual covenant relationship. Okay? But I understand where you're coming from. Can a relationship survive without complete honesty? No, it cannot. It cannot survive. Ralph, what's up with it? What's up, bro? Salute to you. Salute. Is emotional cheating just as damaging as physical cheating? Yes, it can be. It definitely can be. Emotional cheating can be just as damaging as physical cheating. Because, check this out. Men, we tend to cheat on the physical level. But women, they tend to cheat on us emotionally. So before a woman would check out, they already cheated on us emotionally. But with us, it's the opposite. It's more of a physical for us. Social media creates superficial relationships because you don't know who's behind the screen. Facts, I agree with you. Another part of this cultural dynamic changes. I agree. Absolutely. How long should it take you to rebuild trust after it is broken? To be honest with you, now this does me. This does me. I believe once when that trust is broken, I believe that it's not going to be no way possible for you to get that trust back ever again. I believe that once when it's been broken, that's an immediate termination of their relationship. And here's the reason why I say this. The reason why I say this is because no matter what you do, that person is never going to forget you breaking that trust. No matter what you do, they're always going to hold it on your head about whatever you did to break that trust. And there's going to be a fool's errand for you to continue trying to prove yourself, because that's ultimately what you're going to end up starting doing. You're going to start trying to prove yourself every single moment. I got to prove myself. I got to prove that she could trust me. I got to prove. And there's going to be a never-ending cycle. So once when that trust is broken, then that's it. It's a wrap. Now, I know that what I'm about to say is an extreme scenario, but it's going to be similar to what I'm talking about for as a trust thing, right? Let's say in a relationship that you had did something extreme to either your woman or whoever it is, right? Let's say in a relationship that you decided that it was your right, because you're in a relationship, to grape your woman. She didn't consent to you having sex with her, but you did it anyway, because you felt like that you're entitled to do it because you're in a relationship. The moment when her mind filter that out and understand that that's what you did to her, it is going to be no way in hell that you can make that up. And there ain't no way in hell you can get away from that, because that is embedded in her mind for the rest of her life. Brothers, that's why it's very, very vital for us to not only move with purpose, but we have to be strategic in what we do, especially as men, because we as men, whenever we do certain things right, it be many times where it be one and done for us. Meaning that once when you make that mistake, it's a wrap, it's over. No takebacks. So we have to really move strategic. We have to move our life as though we're playing a game. We're playing chess or whatever type of game that you like playing. You have to move strategically like that. You have to make certain choices. Now, I'm not telling you not to take a risk, okay? But make sure that you're taking calculative risk, okay? Meaning that you're thinking through about whatever it is that you're doing critically and logically. You're not thinking based on your emotions or thinking based on because you want to get your rocks off or whatever the case may be. You're thinking strategically. Okay? So you have to move that way, because once again, we as men, there are things where in this life it's one and done for us. It's once you do it, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Yeah, cheating is grounds for breaking it off. Yeah, terminations. Yeah, absolutely. Can someone truly change, or do they simply become better at hiding who they are? Now, that depends on your ideology about change. Now, just like I stated about this community post earlier, right? If you're talking about change for us, you're evolving every single moment, then yeah, a person could absolutely change to be a better version of themselves if they choose to do that. If they choose to do that. What was that noise? What the fuck? Now I'm hearing some weird noises and stuff. Sound like some coyotes or something out there, but my bad. I live out in the country, y'all, by the way. All right, so the second part is, do they simply become better at hiding who they are? The second part is this. It is true that some people or many people can wear a mask. They can hide themselves. They can pretend to be one way, but in reality, they're totally different another way. That's true. But the question we need to ask ourselves is, why? Why would one want to do that? What would be the purpose for them doing that? Now, the answer to the question depends on that person. Maybe it's through acceptance. Maybe it's through upbringing. So it could be different reasons for that. Yeah, you're right. It could be NPD, narcissistic personality. So it could be different things, mental. Absolutely. So it could be different reasons for that. All right, I listened to it, and it's a partnership based on the dynamics, not the title. Gotcha. Should I have an age limit for the internet should have had an age limit for the internet from the beginning? Yeah, they should have did that, but they got an age limit now, bro, but they should have did that at the beginning. So I agree with you. I agree. My boy Ralph, he said this: why do some women enjoy the excitement of being pursued, even if they're looking for commitment? Now, I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know that women are looking for the excitement of being pursued. The reason why I'm saying that, bro, is because I don't believe that women want to be pursued. I don't. I believe that women want to be not pursued, but to be selected or chosen so that can be taken care of. Now, the reason why I changed that around from pursued to being chosen is because through conversations I done had with women, different women, right? Modern women and all stuff that, right? They don't like that concept of pursuit because it make it seem like that they are hoish, per se, right? But they want to be selected. They want to be selected because at the end of the day, we understand that women are hypergamous. Okay? So whatever that dude could bring to them to satisfy that hypergamous nature, then that's what they're going to go with. Whether it's money, resource, whether it's talent, abilities, wherever it is to them, however it looks like to them. Yeah, so like Ralph, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that I'm not sure about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let's see. Pick and choose your battles carefully in a timely manner. Facts. Mark said, can someone truly change, or do they simply become better at hiding who they are? Okay. I think you already told me that one. I already read that one. Can too much validation reduce attraction? Or does healthy reassurance strengthens relationships? So, dealing with women, right? Let me think about that. Okay, got it. All right, I got it. So with women, right, they absolutely want to be validated. This is the whole reason why they focus mainly on their beauty. Okay? So with them, it don't matter how much validation that you get Well, sorry, it don't matter how much validation they get. It's gonna be cool with them, okay? Now, on the flip end with us, right? We as men, we don't seek a lot of validation, but not in the way how women seek it. When we're looking for validation, we're looking for more peer evaluation, meaning that we want to be validated within our group, our peers, our brothers and different things like that, society, different things like that, you know what I'm saying? We want to be recognized for that. Now, even in that concept, right, when you're dealing with us as brothers, now in that situation, I believe that validation could either decrease your relationship, your status. But once again, it depends on the type of validation that you're receiving, even as a man. Y'all brothers, those of y'all who play dominoes, right? There's a saying that they say in dominoes, right, where they say that all money isn't good money, right? That's the same concept when you're preferably dealing with us as men and validation. Now, all validation will be great validation for us. Sometimes it would be the reverse for us, where that type of validation would end up ruining us as men. But however, for women, it always going to increase with them due to how the way they are. Give me one moment, y'all. I got to answer this call real quick. Give me one moment, y'all. Y'all keep talking. Sorry about that. All right, what we was talking about? Everybody's a snake debt. Everybody's a snake debt. So why you got to keep the grass cut so you can see them when they're coming. Then you can hit their ass up. I agree with you. Facts from Jada. Yeah, facts. I agree. Market depends on the person based on the nuance of the question. Why do people say they want honesty but become defensive when they hear the truth? Because in reality, people can't handle the truth. The reality is that people really don't want honesty. And I'm also say this. Many of us already know the truth. We really do. We actually know the truth on the cool though. You already know the answer to a lot of questions that, you ask yourself. But that comes back to earlier when we was talking about the validation part where you just want it to be, verified. You want validation from it. MPD, 90 so with it, bro. Nobody's hiding, you're just looking the wrong eye. Let's see. Use a third eye for excellent discernment. I agree with you as well too. Is silence ever a healthy way to deal with conflict? Is silence ever a healthy way to deal with conflict? To be honest with you, no, it's not. And as a matter of fact, we as men, we have this very bad thing of doing this where they say we suffer in silence, right? That suffering in silence thing, brothers, is what be messing our mental health up on the cool, though. And then to top it off, right, many of us, we don't have a outlet to release that. Many of us, we don't go to like therapy or we don't have like really, really good sound, strong friends where you can release that and have that conversation where it could balance you out. But ultimately, in a relationship, Silence is the most deadliest thing that you can do, because it is eating you up inside. It is tearing you up. Silence also resorts you ultimately end up crashing out. One day you just had enough, crashing the hell out. And this is where, we see our other brothers end up falling short on this, okay? Where, we see our brothers, they end up unaliving their wives or girlfriends or whoever it is, right? They're unaliving themselves because they couldn't take it no more, because they was being silent too much. So yeah, I strongly recommend do not being silent at all, period. There are healthy ways of expressing yourself, especially in relationships. How you take care of you if how you take care of you if I can only barely take care of myself? Yep. It's like they like to be seduced and chosen with a guy that shouldn't have but prefer to be with a safe guy. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Silence doesn't offer resolution, especially with unresolved issues. I agree. What's the difference between protecting your peace and avoiding difficult situations? What's the difference between protecting your peace and avoiding difficult situations? Now, and I see you like talking about this with that deep crap. Now, the difference between protecting your peace and avoiding difficult conflict is that at the end of the day, you're going to have to deal with difficult conflict, because eventually it becomes unavoidable. But however, how you protect your peace is when you deal with what is known as using emotional intelligence, okay? Where you're skillfully picking and choosing your battles wisely. There's some battles it's not meant for you to fight at that moment. There's some battles out there where you don't need to fight at all. And then there are some battles you are meant to fight. But you just have to be skillful at it and choose wisely which one to fight. Now, if you have this whole mindset thinking that you're supposed to fight everything, then guess what? You are going to get exhausted. Where it's ultimately going to end up you crashing out. So be real skillful in what you do. Pick your battles wisely. But yeah, good question, man. That was a real good question. Appreciate you. Some of them look like aliens and busters. People don't change. Should you be able to communicate openly, freely, even if it's hurtful yet truthfully? Yeah, you should. I also believe that, you should be unapologetically, right? Meaning that if it's something on your mind that you want to express, then go ahead and express it. But at the same time, you have to be cognitive on how the way you're expressing it. All right? Now, notice what I said. You have to be cognitive on how the way you're expressing it. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't be in the moment, be upset that you say why you're mad. Because I believe that there's nothing wrong with you expressing yourself, even while you're mad or even while you're frustrated. But you have to be cognitive of what you're doing. Because sometimes people end up blanking out and they just be saying whatever is on their mind, and they in reality it's something that it be buried deep, but in reality they really don't be meaning it. And they just be saying it because they want to hurt the person. They want the person to feel how the way they're feeling at that moment. That's something that you shouldn't do. But when you be cognitive about it, right, you understand where you at right now. You understand that you're saying these things, right? You understand that you're frustrated. You understand that you're processing it, and you understand that you're releasing it as well too. But while you're releasing it, you're doing it skillfully. That's like I told you earlier about using that emotional intelligence. You're doing it skillfully too, but you're being unapologetic as well too. But yeah, good question. Light skin Mike. How do you know when someone is listening to understand instead of listening to respond? There's a difference between listening to understand and listening to respond. So whenever you're listening to understand, once again, you're taking the time out to process everything. You're processing it. You're considering the possibility thereof with it. Then finally, you're communicating it. That's how you do it. But listening to responding, you just saying the first thing that come out your mind. Not your mind, but you're saying the first thing that come out your mouth. You're thinking about it and you just saying it. Without being cognitive about the things that you're saying. Like say for example, many of us brothers, we being in relationships, right, where we deal with, certain type of women where we're expressing our certain grievances with them, right? And instead of them listening to us, they're just saying the first thing that come out their head. They'll throw jabs at us. So yeah, listen to understand and do not listen to respond. Now I know that is hard for some modern women, not all of them, but I know it's hard for some of them. I see beauty beyond the surface. I don't care if she wears makeup. She's compensated for a lack of self-esteem. Gotcha. Crazy fortune tell Miss Cleo. Why are these women becoming witches? Bro, man, hey, the reason why these women becoming witches is because they out of their covenant with the Most High God, bro. That's the one thing I could think of, man. When you out of the covenant with the Most High God, then that's the end results. You're not sleeping with the devil, as I see it. Let's see. Does the chase become less important once trust and commitment are established? Man, y'all have some good ass questions tonight. I appreciate this. Does the chase becomes less important once trust and commitment are established? No, it do not. No, it do not. The chase should continue. It should absolutely continue. So let me ask you this question. Who's doing the chasing? When we are engaging in the initial conversation, let's say that you see a woman that you like. She's sitting down at the bookstore reading the book and you see her, right? You get captivated on her beauty. And by that, you're like, dang, man, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. Who's engaging in the conversation? I mean, who's initially engaging in that? Is it the woman who's engaging in that, or is it you as the man? Y'all gonna say that it's the man who's engaging in that conversation initially. So if it's the man who engaged it, who's engaging the woman, then who's the one who's chasing? Who's the one who's pursuing? In that same token, It's the man. It is absolutely the man. Hold on, give me one moment, brothers. So my other bro want to hop on the panel real quick. Give me 1 second. Y'all keep talking. Shout out to everybody who's in the middle right now. This is the Ask Urban Anything show where you get to ask me any questions that you want to ask, and I will answer to the best of my ability. Appreciate all the great comments, man. Y'all asked us some really, really good questions, man, and I appreciate that a whole lot. Let me get my StreamYard up real quick so I can drop this link for my bro. Give me 1 second. Y'all keep talking. Move that out the way. Gonna stop the cam there. Do. And then we're gonna do this here. Where's that? Oh, here it is. Copy. Alrighty. Alrighty, so this is the StreamYard link that I am dropping because my moderator, he wanted me to drop the StreamYard link for y'all, and plus he wanted to come up here too and talk. so that's the one StreamYard link. If you want to come up and have a conversation, by all means, you could come up and have a conversation as well too. Do you have to be? Well, I don't care about you. Y'all don't worry about being cam up because I only think I'm gonna show y'all on the screen in a way. so y'all can want to come up and go ahead and hit the StreamYard link, and if you want to have a conversation, by all means, come up and we'll talk. All right. But yeah, my moderator, he wanted to come up and have a conversation real quick too, so I dropped the link for that. All right. So let me see. Let's get back to the questions. Where we last left off at? Let's see where we at. Tori, what's up with us? Salute. I'm gonna get to your question in a minute. Telling us to go to therapy. CD your youth. We'll be right there. Condition. Okay, we'll start right here. Well, I already talked about the emotional intelligence question. They've been telling us to go to therapy. D, what's up with it, man? D the message, what's up? Giants, if I didn't speak to you, what's up with you as well, too? All right, so Tori asked a question. Tori had asked the question, Urban, how can you deal with the elephant in the room? Sorry, how can you deal with the elephant in the room when both parties feel they are right? How can I personally deal with the elephant in the room when both parties are right? I don't know about that, Tori. I don't know. It does depends on the conversation that's being had. You know what I mean? It really does depends on the conversation that's been had. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I can be, like the peacemaker behind it. You know what I'm saying? I could be the peacemaker behind it, where I'm bringing the balance between the conversation, or I could be the moderator around it. But it really does depends. Yeah, it really does depend, to be honest. Lionel, what's up with it, bro?
Good evening, man. You hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Everybody hear you
Just
good.
making sure.
Yeah, everybody hear you good, bro.
Bro, why are you telling these guys to go to therapy when more often than not they're going to find a woman that's going to tell them what they want to hear?
So that's a good question.
They don't need to be going to therapy when the majority of these head shrinks are women and they already having issues, only for them to be manipulated, these guys, and send them back out there just as broken as them when they came in.
But see, check this out. I never specify what type of therapist for you to go see for as gender, because you know and I know that a lot of therapist women are like that.
But we know the majority of therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists are women. So that's who they're going to end up being with more often than not.
Yeah, true.
Where it's just a game at this point, sending them to someone that's just going to manipulate them.
Gotcha.
You might have a good story with it, but we know the reality of what generally happens.
Yeah, so explain to the gentleman what ideally happens when they get a type of therapist, well, preferably a woman therapist.
She going to tell you how to be a man, and she ain't got no business telling you how to be a man.
And
she going to tell you, what?
No, go ahead. I'm about to go ahead and follow up and say how she do that. But what's
she
her
going to
process?
sit here, like, if any of y'all saw the last show Urban did, we had a pinpoint example of a woman psychologically telling the guy who he is, what his likes are, what he wants to do, how he should feel, how he should operate. And the dude thought he had it figured out until he started talking to her. Now, he is mentally weak, and she preyed on that. That's generally how the therapists are going to treat you.
Mm-hmm.
You are literally being set up to lose.
So, gentlemen, do you agree with what Lionel is saying about the therapist?
If you feel like you need to go to a therapist, just come to the lounge.
Pretty much. Angel saying, show the data on that.
You want to see the reality?
No, you
You want to see just how, walk outside. Talk to the men who actually been to therapy. Use footwork.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the data, you women only want to hear what's positive anyway regarding y'all. Because if they say y'all are the ones that are the most educated, the most enrolled, making more businesses and whatnot, y'all are going to be like, hell yeah. But if they tell you black men are like the most involved fathers, now this becomes a problem. So what do you really want to see? Look at reality. Look at the guys that are talking. Look at the guys who walk in there and then come back out blue pill.
Gentlemen, he do got a point, because check this out. When I went to therapy for my first marriage, right? First of all, let me give you context behind it. When we went to marriage counseling therapy, whatever you want to call it, right? We went to a counseling section or therapy section, wherever you want to call it, and both of these couples were Christian couples. But back in that time, right, I didn't know that a lot of men who are in Christian churches with women are blue pilled. I didn't understand that concept back in the day, but I understand it now. So both the man and the woman that was married, they was in the therapy section together. Both of them was licensed and everything, right? They was in the therapy section with me and my wife. Throughout the whole conversation, they was blaming everything on me. They ultimately thing that they kept reiterating over and over again was on the Bible in Ephesians, talking about, yo, you're the man, you're the head, you're supposed to be leading and saying different things like that. You're supposed to love your wife and submit and all this stuff there, right? But when it came around to challenging her to do the same thing, they never did it. They never told her that she had to submit to her husband. Then after when my divorce was over, right, and I went back to therapy, like years later, I went back to therapy, not to that particular section, but I went to a different one, and it was, of course, a woman. She was doing exactly what Lena was saying, where she's trying to recommend how I should move as a man, but in reality, she don't understand how I move as a man because she's not a man. And so she gave me like different books to read. Hey, you should read this book. Matter of fact, the therapist, this was kind of weird. The therapist gave me the Purpose Driven book by Rick Warren. Gave me that book. Say, yeah, this is going to be a guideline that's going to help you as a man to navigate as a man, so you can have a purpose and different things like that. But that book didn't help me out. So that's why I'm saying, like, gentlemen, I can understand where he's coming from for us, that therapy part. Now that I think about it.
Again, I'm not saying don't seek help. I told y'all to go to the lounge. Set up a session. But that is a problem that I've seen, where there's too many women telling men how to be a man. And the same guys we're sitting here talking about, you know, they're suffering in silence. The majority of these guys were told, boys don't cry by their moms. The majority of these guys were told not to show these emotions in their foundational years by a woman. So why would they go to a woman to get some type of clarity or mastery when they're the ones who created this problem?
Mm-hmm. Now, once again, gentlemen, if you want to come up here on the link right now and you want to have the conversation, I do have the link, and I'll drop the link one more time again. If you want to come up and have the actual conversation, you can most definitely come up and have the conversation, all right? No, go ahead, Lana.
No, you can go back to the questions, man. Because I don't want you to lose. I know the chat blowing up.
Yo, so Angel, he's saying this. His only his only pushback on that is that he's talking about gender blaming, meaning that his experiences dealt with both, you know, either a man or a woman. It's just not a woman in general. Oh, you say you can't open it? How you doing to get up here, Angel? Are you literally clicking on the link and go there, or are you copying and pasting it onto your phone, or what you doing? Oh, you can't open this on mobile? Oh. So you up yours on mobile, right, Lionel?
Yes, but I couldn't open it either.
Okay. So what you do to get up here?
I teleported. No, I wrote it down.
Oh, you wrote it down and copied it?
Yeah.
Did you open it through Chrome or you opened it through iOS?
I'm in Chrome.
Okay.
But again, I had to use YouTube. I had to literally copy it from my other phone to put it in the link on my Chrome to open it.
Okay. So if you're using iOS, it normally be having like a difficult time going on iOS. So what you can do, you could copy the link and then paste it onto Chrome, all right, and try to get through here on Chrome.
My man said you gotta work for this.
Yeah, you gotta work for this, my guy. Yeah, because StreamYard be acting janky sometimes, so. But all right, back to
But
the.
but he said something about gender blame. But this isn't really gender blame. This is the reality. If if we're black men, they tell you statistically you was raised in a single parent household or a mother at the head of the household. There is a large statistic on that. So you falling into the minority doesn't really tell me anything except you fell into the minority where the majority didn't. So it's just like going to school. The majority of you had a female as a teacher. That's a fact around. Unless you were in a 1% category where all the teachers were men, which is unlikely, you understand who taught you. So again, you're going off of what the majority are experiencing. What the majority of guys are going to say what their experience was. I could easily pull the same card, but I'm not going to do that. Urban knows what I mean. The reality is, this is what happens. So we have to talk about that and what these guys are experiencing. You're not about to tell me all these men out here are just broken and whatnot because of daddy.
Give me 1 second. Okay. What are the most common misconceptions about women's sexual desire in long-term relationships? Oh, I'm asking you that now, Lionel.
Oh, I thought the wise sage was about to hit that. Ask the question again.
Ralph, he asks, what are the most common misconceptions about women's sexual desire in long-term relationships?
In long-term relationships? The most sexual misconceptions? I gotta think. I gotta think on that. I mean, it's a good question.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. So I believe the misconception is this. I believe that deep down inside that women want to be polygamous, bro. When dealing with a sexual relationship.
I can agree with that.
But due to them, being taught in religion and different things like that, they won't do it. Rose, what's up? Salute, welcome.
Explain that one.
Huh?
Explain that.
On which one? Talking about the last question?
No, what you just said. You said because of religion.
Oh, yeah, because of religious worldviews. They won't do it because of religious worldview.
Huh.
Unless they Muslim.
That makes me think of different interviews, I hear with adult models, because a lot of them, as they get older, want to be polygamous. No, they stop wanting to be polygamous. That's my bad. Yeah, they stop wanting. They just want one person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want a monogamous relationship.
What do we call it? That's the final phase. They find religion, that become the final phase after they've been, opened up left and right all over the place.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna make my position clear on this again. I believe that if it wasn't a any type of parameter for a woman, then she'll be in a poly relationship for sure.
Gotta think about that.
She'll definitely be in a poly relationship because, to me, women are hypergamous. So the more they could get out of a relationship, then the more they're going to do it. Now, keep in mind, when I say poly relationship, I didn't say the dynamics of the
Yeah, I
poly
was about to
relationship.
ask that next. I was about to say, what's that? Like, does it got to be multiple men or it got to be multiple women? What's the dynamic they looking for?
So if it's a woman, if she could get more than one man in that poly relationship, the more it's going to benefit her. Especially if that man is a high earner. And he's taking
Oh, wait, she want two high earners?
They hypergamous, yeah. Of
Shit.
course.
No, I mean, so again, everybody knows the situation.
Then they might throw a third one after a word. They might want a Pookie there.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. 100% you're right. They can't stay away from Pookie.
So you have a couple of them that's a high earner, then you have the Pookie that is stroking them. But now, if it's the other way around, though, like if it's like two women and one man, then now they're not going to want that poly relationship because now they're going to be in competition with each other. That's how I see it.
I'm still thinking. I see where your head is at.
All right, so what's one belief about relationship you changed your mind about over the years? One belief about relationship that I changed over my mind over the years is this. I had believed that I believe that in my relationship that it was okay for you to just select a woman without vetting her properly. It was all about how I felt, how the way she looked to me, and not vetting out her character.
Damn.
So now that changed dramatically.
I mean, that's a good one. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm copying you, but it's the same crap. But that's how you're taught. Is that not how we're taught? They're literally telling you, hey, is she cute? You better go get her.
Mm-hmm.
Not if she got qualities or nothing. You end up really having to learn that on your own.
Yep. Ralph said women will say, I wish to live the Sex and the City lifestyle.
They still say that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I had put a short where a woman was talking about the Sex and the City lifestyle. One of the shorts I put out there.
They'll be ready when they're ready.
Has independence become so important that people struggle to depend on each other?
Depends on the person. Just being real. I mean, it depends on the person. A lot of people aren't as independent as they think they are. But some people have fallen in love with essentially doing it on their own so much that they can't depend on other people. So this depends on the archetype that you find.
Mm-hmm. Now, so with me, so with me, it really does. Yeah, once again, it does depends on the dynamics of that person. Now, over here, I do encourage men that their main primary purpose is for them to ultimately be independent. It's to be about their purpose and doing everything possible for them to fulfill their life purpose as being men. And so essentially, they're being independent while doing that. But however, if they decide to get into a relationship with a woman, then they'll go from independence to interdependent. But yeah, once again, it does depend on that man. It depends on the person too. Andrew, he said he grew up in a foster care system, so therapists were literally pushed into his life. Andrew, you still had a hard time getting on the link? Why do people celebrate weddings more than they celebrate healthy marriages? Well, it's not people, that's women. Women celebrate weddings. women celebrate weddings more than they celebrate healthy marriages. That's definitely a woman thing, because that whole marriage and modern day marriage and the ceremony, that is all women. That is all women that do that. Oh, you say you still have problems with getting on the link. Say, Lionel, if you can, do me a favor. Could you copy and paste the link in the chat?
Hold on, let me see.
Because maybe it'll show up like literally blue, where you can literally click on the link. Or
Give me
maybe
a
I can do it.
second. Oh, this comment failed to post to the thing. So they ain't letting me do it.
Well, where you posted on StreamYard?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not going to let you do it because I'm not live on StreamYard. So go direct on YouTube and do it. You may have to hang up and come back. Well, I might be able to do it. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
They're not letting me do it. I posted it in there, but it doesn't look like.
Yeah, the actual link. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Let me see. I don't know what I can do. Probably because we're on the vertical too. Yeah, sometimes when you're on the vertical stream, they be tripping. Let's see, copy link. Paste. No, it's only, let me paste the live stream. Let me see. Let me see if I can do a workaround on this. Give me 1 second. Maybe I could send this to myself. Hold up. Copy. I'm gonna see if I can send it to myself through Gmail or through IG. I'm still here, y'all. Give me 1 second. Try to do a workaround here. So what happened? Oh, yeah, it's still showing up the same way. Normally it'll show up with like an actual link, but yeah, whatever. Whatever. But sorry about that, y'all. All right, so next question is loneliness becoming more common even though we're more connected than ever?
Yes.
Go ahead, explain.
I mean, ain't nothing else to say. I mean, it is. That's what you're hearing. That's what you're seeing. People are more connected than ever, and yet they couldn't be further apart. You got all these guys literally reporting loneliness. You got all these women reporting more loneliness. You got kids for some reason reporting loneliness.
Yeah, true. Yeah, especially the elementary and high school kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think there's a way to fix this because all we're doing is implementing more strategies to make us more lonely.
So speaking of which, bro, this going into the conversation where we was talking about robots and stuff, right?
I'm here for it.
So you had this certain thing about AI robots, right? So explain it.
Man, get yourself an AI robot. Stop playing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Get yourself someone that you can train.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sweet. All right. So yeah. One sec. I got some stuff I got to finish up here at work, and then I got to punch out, and then we can talk freely.
All right, cool. Make sure you mute yourself when you're ready. All right. A matter of fact, I'm not mute you.
I got it.
Okay. Now go ahead, Lionel.
No, get yourself someone that's going to really love you and appreciate you. That's what the AI robots are here for. They're here to love you. They're here to appreciate you. They're here to hype you up. They're here to support you. Why go out there and take infinite L's when you can get one good W and just be smiling? People lonely. And guess what? The robots are here to take that loneliness away.
So let them know what model of AI robots they done created first.
Oh, I don't know the models. But so they do have these robots now. They've already created these robots. They've already started shipping them. You may not have the money for it, but they're not exactly as expensive as you would think. Anyone that played Detroit Become Human, that's where we at right now. They got these robots that are literally built for men, and they can walk, they can wash the dishes, they can sit there and support you. Like, they got you. Now, don't think that they're just on some iRobot can do all of that type of stuff. But again, these are just the preludes. And they've already rolled them out. They've actually rolled out quite a few different robot models to be your companion. You don't got to worry about the nagging wife no more.
Didn't they already roll out models for the women?
Hold on.
Oh, real quick, let me go ahead and answer. Let me go ahead and answer this question. Do you think legal marriage age will go up since marrying at 18 today seems nonsense? No, I do not believe that the age will go up. They're going to keep it at 18 years old. And they're doing that strategically. And I'm talking about only in America. But they're doing that strategically. But no, I don't believe that the age is going to want to go up again. They're going to keep it at 18.
What do you call it? No, they have not rolled out the female version. Not yet. Only the version for the men have been rolled out. I mean, it's already easy for the women. Why do they need a robot? It's already easy for them to get a man. All they gotta do is just walk outside.
So you believe that these robots is going to cure the male loneliness epidemic, as they call it?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, I do think it's going to help in the beginning, but I think the guys are still going to crave having a real woman. So I think society is going to bully guys into wanting to have a real woman.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just being happy with the companion they have, nope, society going to bully them into saying, no, you need a real person.
Gotcha.
Because why would they care about a man's happiness? Come on.
Hey, James, you still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, yeah. Whenever you're ready, we're listening. Right now, men and women love differs. Men love with brains, and women love with the heart. Yeah, so pretty much he's saying that we love with logic and reasoning, and women love with their hearts. That's what he's talking about. But yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Well, but that's a nuanced argument because men can love with their hearts too. It's just many aren't that connected to it because of the logical side of things.
Oh, go ahead, explain, brother.
I'll take, for instance, like some of the arguments that we have of like, well, women love only with their heart. Actually, they're more emotionally responsive, but so can men be. Men can be that way too. Because think of how quick we are to anger. Whereas women aren't really until we respond that way.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is such a nuanced thing that you have to look at the big picture.
Gotcha. And the big picture is what?
Like how it's a two-way street and most people don't see it that way. Like most men don't see it as a two-way street. It's only one way because I'm doing all this and you're not doing anything. It's like, is that really the case, or is it progress needs to be made on both ends? And there has to be meeting in the middle regardless of the style of relationship that it is. It has to be an agreement somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not agree with you on that. So
I mean, if you're in a relationship, you would understand that, and you are obviously, and some others. But I mean, it's complicated.
Yeah. So like I agree with that. I agree with your point of view. That's why I wanted you to just kind of expound on
Communication
it more.
is key. Yeah, I mean, communication is key in any style of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Communicate. And you educate each other by learning about one another and rediscovering one another. It's not about shape-shifting or chameleon or anything. It's about learning who you are as a person through that other person and actually interlacing yourself with them. It's a bond.
Mm-hmm.
It's not he said, she said, you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough, I'm not, all of that. You know, I grew up in an abusive household, and that's why I was in foster care to begin with. So I know what an ugly relationship looks like, and I don't want that for mine.
Yeah, gotcha. And you say you're currently in a relationship right now, right?
I am.
When you met her, what did you do? Did you go through the process of vetting her out, or how did that look for you?
We're still in that process. And to be honest, it's because we live in two different households. And we're in two different cultures. She's Latino and I'm Caucasian.
Okay.
But that's where there's that melding because I've always been drawn to non-white women
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, you have a
because I
preference.
appreciate culture. Well, and I appreciate culture over anything. And white people, I'm sorry, they're boring.
Gotcha.
And the environment that I'm currently working in is working with people who have different disabilities. So it's a world that I know.
You're
And
talking,
that's
are you talking about like mental disabilities or physical or both?
both.
Okay, gotcha. So it's more like social work that you're doing in a way, right?
Yeah, in a way.
Gotcha. I'm on social worker as well too, and Lina on the panel he's a social worker.
Oh, cool. Wow. Nice to know I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I have I've got a lot of insight I love to share, and I don't want to like bash anyone's opinion and make anyone feel invalid.
Oh no, you good. That's why I wanted you to articulate yourself. The state your position, because like
I appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah. So on here, we're not like debating or anything like that.
Right.
I just want you to share your perspective on it. You know what I mean? Because tonight, even though this is my Ask Urban Anything show, I want us to also learn from each other too. You know what I mean? To share our perspectives, regardless if we agree or disagree with it, because we can learn.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's what I was wanting to do. Is like I want to be like, man, I'd love to get to talk to you because you seem like a very well-rounded person, and experience comes from life. Life experience is a great teacher.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate therapists for that reason. They don't know what we go through.
Yeah,
And I agree with the women therapists are terrible at trying to tell us how to be, especially the male.
So have you ever
Right.
had problems with your therapist, like either the woman or the male therapist?
Yeah, because they try and give me advice and things. It's like, dude, I've tried that already.
Did they give you like textbook advice, like how they was doing me?
Absolutely. Or play therapy.
Oh yeah, that too.
Role playing. I'd rather bash my head against the wall and make sure it hurts.
Lionel, use back ready to say something, bro.
Yeah, but that whole life teaches is right until life starts teaching you stuff you don't want to keep in your head.
Yes, I agree there.
Yep. Yeah, I also agree there too, because there's some lessons that it wasn't meant for you to learn, but however, as they say, God
Hard
got a
knocks.
sense of humor, make you learn on them anyway. Me and Lionel, we call it God trolling. So
I call it God has a twisted sense of humor, and I don't like it.
yeah, absolutely.
Cruel sense of irony.
Yeah. So how long you been in this relationship with this woman?
Oh, we've been together for about 5 years.
Ooh, 5 years.
Yeah.
So y'all not common law?
Huh?
Y'all not common law married?
No, we're not. Actually, Minnesota doesn't recognize that. I don't think.
Okay.
I know Indiana does.
Yeah.
I'm from there originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she ever ask you about that? Why she invested
Oh,
5
yeah.
years?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about marriage, but we haven't committed to it because we both still have some maturing to do.
Okay. Like what, brother? No, that's
Like for
that's
instance,
that's for you. For you, what type of maturity do you think you have?
some emotional maturity for sure, because I'm still like quick tempered, and I need to work on not being so quick to being upset by things.
Hmm.
Financially mature because I'm still struggling financially to keep afloat.
Gotcha.
And I've had some really big hardships hit me with my vehicle because I had some big repairs come up
Okay.
and it's drained me out. Had to have her and my mom and dad help me out, pay for it, and I didn't like that at all.
Yeah. So she's the main breadwinner at the current moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we do make it work, and I have made the obligation of myself to pay her back for her contribution and mom and dad for theirs.
Okay. Okay.
So there's that mature thing, you know.
So what are you doing since you know you can't financially support? What are you doing to balance that out?
Trying to be as emotionally supportive as I can. We do like we get together on my days off. I'll pick her up from work if she needs it. If her dad doesn't feel like it, or if her mom can't, I'll do it. Because we both still live at home
Okay. And you say
because
y'all
we
live in
can't afford rent.
you say y'all live in two different households, right?
Yes.
I got you. Okay. So that's the one thing you're doing. You're just trying to be an emotional support to her, and that's it.
Oh no! I'm trying to be as much a support in any way I can. It's
Okay.
more than just the emotional side, but she needs more emotional than anything because she's how to put it. She has emotional trauma.
Okay.
Oh,
And you don't have to talk about it on here, but in general, does she
mhm.
expect for you to help her cope through that, or is that something she's personally working on?
It's something I just do naturally. Like it's a natural thing. Like I'll listen to her if she has problems, and then instead of just offering advice, I'm just an extra set of ears to help her through it if she needs to talk. And
Okay,
then we talk through things.
gotcha.
And then she gives me that mutual respect. Like it's a mutual thing between us. What happened? Oh,
I got you. Yeah, that's actually a good thing that you do to be that support anchor for her in that situation. But at the end of the day, you shifting it back on her so she can hold herself accountable and do things that she need to do to resolve that what type of trauma she dealt with.
exactly. And she does the same with me. And I do a lot more, and I do a lot of introspection of myself. Like, what makes me this way? Why do I feel this way about something? Why do I look at it this way?
Hmm. Yeah, which you
Does that
should.
make sense?
Yeah, which you should.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, so that's why in this conversation I didn't even gear it towards her at all. Period. I made it solely focused on you.
Right.
But yeah, like many women, I believe that they do have a timeline. You know what I'm saying? For us, like being married, actually being legally married. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Has she ever talked to you about that?
Yeah, she has.
And how you feel about that timeline?
Um, I don't. As far as timelines go, it's become more of a who's waiting on who moment.
Okay.
Like I'm waiting on her, she's waiting on me, and it's like, well, why don't we just go to the justice of the peace or courtyard and get married that way, and we can do our celebration later. Because she's wanting to do a church marriage, because those things are expensive, and her mom's like, well, I'll pay for it, and I'm sitting here looking like these things are expensive, and you want to pay for our marriage?
Hmm. Yeah. Then
And then
nothing.
what?
Then nothing too is that this is just through my experience. Whenever you
Mm,
have parents paying for the wedding, some of them become entitled, meaning that they now have access to your actual marriage too.
Yeah, and that's what I want to avoid because I realize the risk that comes with that. I've seen it happen. I have seen it happen.
Yeah, so you gotta be like really really careful on that, especially like asking like the
All right.
parents for help and for money and different things like that, because they unfortunately people be that way. They'll remember your debt and try to bring it back up to you.
Yep, and that's one thing that Dad's always said. And he said, be very careful going into a marriage of any kind with debt. Sorry, I just got in my truck. I'm gonna drive home.
Oh, no, you good, brother. So
But no,
so here's the thing. When it comes to marriage, right? Women don't have control over that. They don't have control of
That's
that
true.
at all. We have control over that. So it
and
is.
and that's where I'm at. I'm like, I want to get married, but I'm waiting on you to work through your shit so that we can be married and not have a lot of burden.
Gotcha. Yeah, for us the baggage,
Right.
right?
Right, and it's not the baggage that I don't accept. I won't accept I don't know as an answer to anything unless you truly don't know. Like if you can't look inside yourself and be like, well, why do I see things this way? Why do I feel this way about something? Why do I look at things this way versus your way? And not try and see it from my perspective. Like her perspective on birth, which I'm pro-choice, but she's not. She's more of like pro-life because of how she was raised Catholic. And Catholics don't believe in pro-choice by and large. It's only recent that started to change. So now it's like, well, life doesn't really begin until it reaches outside the womb because you can't have life without breath. And that is strictly in the Bible. Adam didn't have life until breath of life. Like it's biblically written. You can't have life without breath.
Yep. Agreed.
Spirit develops.
Yep. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. So yeah, so it's different nuances, you know what I'm saying? Like for us, like religious belief and worldview beliefs that could affect the
Right.
relationship.
And that's what I don't want us to do is have like these small things. It's the old truism. The foxes. It's the small things are the foxes that spoil the grapes.
Yeah, that is a true saying. I agree.
And honestly, it's my dad. It's not my biological parents I live with. It's kind of a weird arrange. It's not. I won't call it an arrangement. Adoption, because it's more of a formal, not a legal. But they've adopted me as their son, and I accept that, and I accept them as my parents. And and they've pointed out my own flaws. They've held the mirror to my face, and I don't like what I see, so I change that. I change parts of myself I don't like to be better. And I try to do that with her, and I just get this blank look. And it's like, did it not click?
Yeah, well, with her, it may be different with her. She'd probably be thinking that there's nothing wrong with her, that she's found the way that she is.
Right. And it's frustrating, but it's like I don't want to give her up after 5 years. I mean, because I love her to pieces. She's a beautiful person, and I don't want anyone else.
Yeah.
It's not because she's safe. It's because I've been incorporated into her family. Even her parents see me as their kid.
Yeah.
Like it's
So, like in my current marriage right now, we have certain things that we could deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for example,
Right.
the religious worldview beliefs. We could deal with that. Where I could,
oh, that's
yeah,
same.
that's simple. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
We can either agree or
Yeah.
disagree or whatever, or agree to disagree, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But
Or even have like a halfway agreement.
yeah, halfway. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's meet halfway. And with us, with her and I, it's always meet halfway. Like
So,
my hours are going to be changing because I'm taking on an overnight job and she works a day shift. She works mornings. So we're going to have to make that work. Yeah,
so
and like I said, I love her enough to do that.
yeah. So one thing I had learned is that I cannot change her at all. Period. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to get her to prove herself.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm just saying, like me in my personal situation, I don't try to change my wife at all. Period. I give her the choice to want to change. If she chooses to do it, that's fine. If she don't choose to do it, then that's also fine too. You know what I'm saying? But it also depends on what needs to be changed. Now, if it's something that's very damaging to the relationship, then everything has consequences. You know what I'm saying? So
Good and bad.
yeah, good and bad. So if you continue that behavior, then there's gonna be consequences behind it. You know what I'm saying? And
Fair.
so you have to be willing to accept it, the consequences. Even I have to be willing to accept the consequences behind it.
It's like what someone pointed out in the comments section. Pick and choose your battles wisely. It's not just time, it's picking and choosing the battles themselves. What do you choose to make a battle and what do you not? And that's with anybody. That's not just your partner or your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. That's even in a friendship or a work relationship. You pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I've lost a friend because he made a comment for one of the other clients that we had threatened suicide, and he acted like he was looking for attention. I got that crap into the stick because I lost a relationship with him. Plus, I lost a work relationship with the clients because I got forced into a different home. It's like he made it out like it was a problem for me. And I lost my biological dad to suicide.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, brother.
Thank you.
But yeah, that
And that was like one of the lowest points for me. And I was so devastated I couldn't even function for like months. And he was the reason why I went into foster care because he was abusive to both me and my mom, but he was more towards me. He beat me with like anything available, belt, hanger, you name it.
this
He'd
was
even taken the chair to me.
that this was your actual father, or this was a stepfather?
Allegedly stepfather, but if you look at pictures of him and me side by side, he's my dad. I can't deny it. He's my father.
Okay.
Mom can't keep her story straight.
Yeah.
Oh, I was with Turkey. I was with Larry. You're Larry's kid, and I'm like, Mom, I'm not Larry's kid. I was nothing like that basketball bastard. Problem is, you can't remember who you opened your legs for.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry.
But yeah, for sure, your relationship, yeah, as long as y'all recognize y'all have things that y'all need to work on, then that's what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, we make it work, and we support each other as much as we can, and however we can. And a relationship is such a dynamic thing. Like, and they vacillate too. Like, you can have a partnership, and then you go from a partnership to what was it, the equal relationship, and then go from that to a corporate relationship. Like, it's all about balance. And it's a balancing act that's most people miss. And that's where the work comes in.
Yeah. So like you saying, the relationship, it could change dynamics. It could go from partnership to equal, then
Right?
business.
I mean, you know, those that are married would, you know, we all understand that.
Gotcha.
Like, is yours ever 50-50? Is it ever really equal? Is it ever really cooperation? Is it ever really a partnership? What's all those things?
But yeah, any marriage is definitely not like 50-50 all the time. It's not even
No,
100
never.
all the time.
It's never 50. It's never equal. That's the thing. It's never fully equal, regardless.
Yeah, because things change, the dynamics of it change all the time. Does depending on the situation, the season of it too.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, it's like when I was reading the post that you put up, dude. That was brilliant. I honestly love that post.
Well, which one?
The latest one, the one that I commented on today.
Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, the grandfather one.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's the secret to a long marriage is you have to change with your significant other. Because if you're unwilling to change, then it's going to fall apart.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's the thing that people wasn't recognizing. They were seeing that
No,
they were saying that the grandfather was more than willing to change for her. But however,
right.
they didn't hear nothing about his wife willing to do the same as that thing. And that was really the whole point of the post that I wanted to demonstrate to our brothers is that it can't be one-sided, it had to be reciprocated.
Exactly, and that's what I was trying to point out. Like it's a reciprocal thing. It's you're yoked together. You have to work together, otherwise you fall apart.
Yep.
Now, a relationship is a two-sided. It's a two-way street.
So
Think about a relationship. Oh, go ahead.
let me ask you this question, James. So what happens if the relationship just totally fall apart where, let's say that your wife is no longer doing anything. She just made it up in her mind that she's not going to do anything. She's burnt out. She's tired. Would you still support that relationship or would you reconsider?
To be honest with you, if you love them enough, you'll let them go.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll be completely honest. If she's tired and I'm tired, then we're not meant.
Or it wasn't that it wasn't meant. It was just that that time just ended.
That season, yes,
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, and see that's important right there because some of our brothers out there they wouldn't think like that. They'll think that they literally have to sacrifice themselves for something that's not even there anymore, and they're losing
That's
themselves
right.
in the process. And so they shouldn't be that
Very,
way.
that is very true. I've seen that happen between so many couples. It's not even funny. I have a really good friend of mine from Job Corps where they fell in love there, and they were married for up until Aaron's death. Aaron died from congestive heart failure, and she is devastated, but she has a son with him, and he looks just like his dad.
Okay.
I mean, they fell in love quick, and it was like I don't know how to describe it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Seeing that, and that's what I craved. And then I thought, well, I could do the same thing in Job Corps, and I wasn't there. And so our season ended, but we're still friends.
Yeah. So
And that was the season it turned into. That's great. That was fine with me.
So I had also put a post on this probably before you even came around over here to my channel, but I had put a post talking about something similar to what we're talking about right now about the relationship ending. I was telling the brothers that there's a season for everything, including relationships. There's a expiration date, even for
Yeah.
relationships. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
however way it look, it may end through divorce, it may end through somebody end up dying or whatever the case may be, but it's going to end, and you have to accept that.
Right.
Way before you get into a relationship, you got to understand and accept that hey, this relationship is going to last for a certain period of time. Then once when it's over, it's over.
Right. And some people don't even look for love after a certain person. Like some married the love of their life and they can't find someone else because there is no one like that one they had.
Yeah, I agree.
One example is Will, one of my coworkers. His wife passed away from lupus, and he never sought someone else.
My mother, she's the same exact way. Once when my father had passed away, she didn't go into no other relationship. She was done. She was done.
And that's understandable because there's no one like who you had for your life. And I respect that. I mean, even my stepdad, Ernie, he vowed never to marry again. But the funny thing is, he stayed in the family because he married my cousin, and now he's married to my mom.
Okay.
It's all in the family.
All in the family.
And tell me I ate some country shit.
That sure lives. Hey, Lionel, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your take on this, man?
Hold on, because I'm doing something. Hold on.
He was working too, bro.
Oh, okay, fair. Cool. It's fun to talk with you. I appreciate this, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem at all. Like I say, I do this like once a month where I have a conversation with all my brothers and stuff. Where y'all can either conversate with me in the chat, and sometimes I'll drop the link too. Oh, go ahead, man.
I mean, which part you want me to comment on?
Any of it. I wish more people join in.
That change part is interesting. Working with the person, because sometimes you can't work through certain things. I am curious, how do you want your girlfriend to operate if she was to be your wife? When you talk about the problem, the trauma, the problems she has, what do you want to see her operating like after she works through them? Or what does working through them look like?
That's hard to answer, to be honest with you, because I don't have one good answer to give. A lot of it I can work with. Like I'd say 95% of her I can work with. It's that 5% trauma that she can't remember. And I don't think there's really anything that can help to get her to remember that. So I think we'll just have to like bypass that. Because if she can't pinpoint it, then I'm not gonna force it. There's nothing to force if she can't remember.
So I asked this question because when I look at my sister's mother, she is a girl that has been violated every year of her life from 7 years old to 19. She has been violated at gunpoint. She has been abused. She has been gang abused. She has been thrown out of her mother's house after being pregnant at 11 from
Oh,
abuse. She has lost her
oh,
children to the
that's
system.
oh, that's
She has
oh,
had
that's twisted,
to,
man.
well, I mean, again, this is just some of it. I don't feel like really getting into all of
Oh,
it, but it's some of it. So when she
oh,
matures
that's fair.
into a
Hmm.
25-year-old type woman and she decides, hey, I want to let my partner know, the guy that
Yeah.
she's building to marry, there's a lot of
Okay.
guys that do not accept this and cannot handle that. And then
Hmm.
they'll say, hey, you need to get help. What does help do?
That's fair, and that's a very valid question because most people don't realize there's only so much that therapy can fix. Literally, there's only so much it can fix. The other half has to come from working from the trauma yourself or through the trauma yourself. Like a therapist can give you all the tools, but the toolbox is there. How do you use it? If you don't know how, then
Well, this is what actually started shaping my viewpoint on therapy
mhm.
because a lot of the women kept treating her like a victim. And I was the one that told her, you need to find a male therapist because he's going
Right.
to treat you
She's
like a
not
survivor.
exactly. She's not a victim. She survived it, and she needs to realize that.
But that's not, and I have friends who are therapists, and these females, when I brought this up to them, this is 6
Uh,
different women who just went quiet when I gave that explanation to them. And
wow.
and again,
That says a lot about them because they've never experienced it. I
so
have.
I understood what was going to happen if she sought out a male version, and it did help as much as it
Hmm.
could. But she
Naturally.
had been in she had been in therapy since 12, and
Right.
things kept happening. So if I'm going to therapy, if I'm moving up and down the East Coast to different places, but I still find predatory people, if the
Hmm.
teachers are trying to be predatory, if the system and the church are coming after me,
Hmm.
what by the time again you mature, you have a
We're
damaged person.
right, and then also that begs another question: who do you trust?
And that's another one. That's why when you get with that person, there's a lot of, I can say people, but in her experience, a lot of guys did not
A
help
lot
the
of
situation.
predators, because she saw every male as a potential threat.
And to be fair, I mean, again, she still got in
I don't.
relationship. She still got in
Mhm.
relationship. She still tried to make things work. It's just that the men didn't make it easy, especially when they all blamed her for the situation.
Right. Right.
So this becomes Urban's favorite word to take accountability. And that's what all these
Hmm.
guys did. They asked her to take accountability.
No, you don't do that to a rape victim ever.
Well, a lot of
Ever.
guys do.
I know, and that's the sickening part. It's like you victim blame, victim blame. No, no, no. You don't do that ever.
So
It's like you don't ever call someone who's disabled a burden. They're not
so
a burden.
why do y'all think they resort to doing that?
That's a really good question. I don't have an answer for it.
Or what do you think, like, why do you think they resort to doing that?
Just remember,
I
you
think
have, if
I
the
think it's
people,
I think it's because I think it's. Can I give my 2 cents real quick
go
on that
for it,
one?
go for
I
it.
think I think it's because they're predators themselves and they want someone to blame.
Interesting.
Think about how many men are actually predators that hiding in sheep's clothing.
Boy, don't he sound
Pastors are
familiar,
one.
Urban. Just
Pastors are
saying.
one. Priests are one. Anyone in authority has that potential, and that nine times out of 10, they prey in one way or another. Whether it's sexually, financially, they exploit people. I've seen it so often. I've lived through it myself.
I ain't even need to say anything.
Yeah, so Lionel is saying that because that was going to be his answer. That's going to be his exact answer, what you just said, James.
And I
Urban
lived
used,
through that.
Urban used to hearing it.
When I was in foster care, I lived through that. And that's what I say. Life is the greatest teacher, hands down.
But yeah, I agree. I agree. That could most definitely be predators themselves. So a predator is not going to really fully understand predatory behavior.
No, they're not. And I don't think predators really realize it when they are grooming people.
Hmm.
Or they do realize what they're doing and they just don't care.
Yep, that too.
And 9 times out of 10, it's both.
Yep.
Like, I love my job, but I hate the results that come out of it. The results being there's so many broken people in the system and they don't know what to do with themselves half the time. Most of my guys shut themselves in their room and they stay there. And then they want us to go in and check in on them and all this shit. And it's like, well, what do you do? Because you're an interruption to their routine. And it's like, you want us to go and check on them. We go knock on their door and they're like, what the fuck do you want?
Hmm. Yeah,
Sorry.
that became their comfort though. That's the comfort zone now.
Exactly. And and then the other part that really frustrates me is that, like, they want us to do one thing, but like, what about us and our mental health? Like when we need to escape from the mental strain of it, and I have my coping mechanism of I like to color.
Hmm.
And I can't do that because I'm supposed to be cleaning up a room. Well, one guy's room is such a damn mess that you don't know where to start. And it's like, start at the door. It's like, the whole room's a mess, and you want me to start at the door. Like, get real.
Hmm.
And and I hate going into his room because to me, it's like, it's a mess. It's a mess. And I have no idea what to do. I don't let my room get that way because I have a small space to work in.
Yeah. And that's part of it. Another part of it is that it's peace and cleanliness.
And his mindset's a mess, and his room reflects that. And like I
Exactly.
said, where do you start?
Hmm.
Do you start with the mind, or do you start with the room?
So I mean, in that situation, I'll say should try to start with the room because you need a foundation somewhere.
I mean, true.
But if it's more beneficial to start from the mind first, then absolutely exercise that.
Because he's so lost in his own thoughts, he listens to everything, and some of the comments he makes are really off color, and they're not. They're more adult themed towards children.
Mm.
So it's like, how do you even approach that without being harshly judgmental?
Yeah. So this guy, do he do anything while he's in the room,
He just sits and
or
plays
he
games all
does?
day,
Oh, he
or
does
he's
play.
on his phone, or he's on social media.
Okay.
And we can't really control where he's going on social media and who he's talking to, and he has friends, quote unquote, that are young, access to him rather through an adult.
And he's an adult too.
Yep.
They don't have no like parental controls or nothing like that.
I wish they did, but no. That's a restriction we can't impose.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's like with certain people, I feel like those restrictions are necessary. He's one.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's when I was talking about on the live one day. I was talking about laws is there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have laws there, if you don't have laws and regulations and rules, then people just gonna do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah, and then what makes it even more difficult is he's self-employed as a pianist, and he goes to churches which has, you take a guess.
Children.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's like, how do you restrict it? Adults can be there, but that doesn't. You can't watch them 24/7.
Yeah, true. Now,
It's
not
like that kind of thing that I worry about.
so. What would be a way to help rehabilitate this brother?
To be honest, with pedos, there is no rehabilitation.
Don't
I
he
don't feel
sound
like there is.
familiar?
Because I've and to be completely honest with you, I was in a facility for children that had that behavior as a kid because I was accused of something that I did not do. I was falsely accused of it,
Mm,
and it was later proven that it was false because my mom pressed my sister until she finally admitted it was for attention.
mm. You you know, me and Lionel, we was having this conversation on another content creator channel
Yeah.
about not your sister situation, but the
Hmm.
pedo situation, right? And
Yeah.
so I just threw this out here, just so you know, a scenario. I just say, hey, why don't we try to rehabilitate him? But Lionel, he pushed hard on me like, nope, can't rehabilitate him. So I came up
No,
with this
I'd
weird,
rather
like,
I would rather they live on prison grounds than a trailer park. That way, they're there if they do something wrong.
so I had told Lionel this. I like
Keep
where
them out of
when we
society.
just
Don't even register them. Just keep them on prison grounds. That way, if they fuck up, they're there.
yeah. So I told Lionel, I like, well, when we just created a whole community just for them, where they don't
Yeah,
have
prison,
nowhere else to go but at
prison,
that point.
prison. Have them on prison grounds and have them live there. They can't do no harm.
Mm-hmm. They didn't
I'm
restrict their
sorry, but
mobile
that's my
devices.
take. Yep. That if they allow them to have them at all.
Yep.
You know, I'm a victim of rape, so I can speak on that. I feel like I can anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Capital punishment. Urban tripping. When your average offender has at least 13 victims, nah, he don't get prison. Off with his head.
Which one?
All of them. Good question.
Take off all digits.
Mm-hmm. Man, this is so crazy that I'm literally talking to two Lionels up here. Because this is literally Lionel's talking point.
Oh, hey, I'm 100% on that. I'm so glad I don't feel alone in this.
Yeah, how ironic is this, Lionel?
Not ironic at all. I told you, if you let enough dudes talk, they're going to have a very similar story.
Mm-hmm. And being a former foster kid, I can speak on a lot of shitty experience from staff and fellow kids growing up. I had two try and jump me to do just that. I bit a chunk out of one dude's bicep for it. He had me in a headlock. I bit. He punched. I chomped, and I swallowed. And he didn't fuck with me after that. I had all kinds of objects I used to put between me and them, and I threw them. I was a violent little shit.
So how does your girlfriend, how does she deal with knowing your history?
she knows and she sympathizes. I won't say empathizes, but she sympathizes because
Interesting.
she does know.
Did you tell her all your history, or you just told her the parts that you wanted to know?
Oh, all of it. I don't hide anything from her.
We literally just listened to someone who said that essentially, if you had been abused as a child and you don't tell her, basically in the first couple of months, then essentially you
Hmm.
lied to her, and she's gonna look at you like a liar.
Well, that's true.
And it was like, why did you wait so long to disclose that with me? You're supposed to tell me everything.
And that's a valid point. I mean, you have to know who you're getting involved with.
The guy didn't
And
take it
part of
that way.
and knowing who you're involved with involves a tell-all.
Immediately?
Not immediately, but over time.
So, what's the timestamp you would think a guy would have to wait, or he should be revealing something like that?
That's part of the vetting process and getting to know one another. And that's over time. It's not immediate. Like I
So let
told her
me
within the first 5 months.
so let me throw this at you, because me and Urban have been on several podcasts where a lot of women have stated that they would rather the guy just not say it at all.
Well, that's not right.
And I think that's
You know,
again reason.
if they can dump their baggage on us, why can't we give it back?
Is not equivalent.
Hey, real quick, Lionel, he got to add additional context to that. So this is after the fact when the guy finally says something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then they go back and say that, well, I wish you never told me at all, but you told me to open up to you.
Bingo.
But we've been on numerous podcasts where the women
And the
have
women are like, and they're
nope.
like, I wish I didn't know that about you. And it's like, well, you asked. Don't ask if you don't want to know.
So I believe this. I believe that
Mhm.
if it's certain situations that's really, really critical,
Mm-hmm.
that you should be able to disclose that, in the initial vetting stages, like right at the
Mm-hmm.
very, very beginning, so they'll have a choice. It's the same concept. Like if you're dealing with a transformer don't tell you that they'll transform into 5 months later down the line. You know what I'm saying? But you're rather for
Mm-hmm.
them to tell you that right in and out, or a person who has a STI. You're rather for them to tell you that right
That's
then and
up
there.
front, straight up. Right.
Yeah.
That's you have to know that right away. Because if you're going to be intimate and you're not using protection, you got to know that.
Yeah, so
Period.
critical stuff like that, that need to be said right off the bat at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Like she has all the signs of being abused in that way, but she doesn't remember anything. I think it's because it happened when she was so young that she can't recall it, or she's blocked it.
Yeah, block to protect herself.
Urban was just on a podcast actually with a woman who also does therapy work. And I'm making this but when he brought this up, like the woman, she said basically you shouldn't have told the girl. And Urban said what he just said, that actually that's something you should tell right away. A situation like that.
Yeah.
So now you have another female that's a therapist
Who's giving bullshit?
that's telling people, maybe
Yeah.
you shouldn't have said that. Maybe you shouldn't, disclose that information to her.
No, that's bull. Your partner or significant other has a right to know that. They have a right to know that.
And they
Like I said, if you're partnering up with somebody, they have a right to know every wart and every mole and every ugly part of you, or
yep.
part of your life rather.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's not selective. They have a right to know, and that's part of being a partner.
So one of the main reasons, one of the main reasons why they don't disclose that is because they have a fear of rejection.
Exactly. And you can find out in the first stages if that's meant to be a relationship for you or not. Is it right there?
And then if they have that fear of rejection of something as simple as that, you could imagine that they're gonna have a whole lot bigger insecurities with other things, and
Oh,
that should let you know.
absolutely, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Because if they have a fear of rejection, then they never knew what love was.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. But that's like what Lionel was saying. There are many, not just women, but
No, ma'am.
there are many people out there that's telling people the opposite, and it's literally messing up relationships.
Right,
This goes back
right.
to the men suffering in silence because that's what they're told to do. That's what they're trained to do.
I did. Hi. Hello. Hi. You did. Oh, I saw that. Thank you.
That's why I say come to the lounge.
You got two
Yes,
pieces
sir.
of
Come to
mail
the
that I
lounge.
want
We'll
you to
teach
deal
you over
with.
here for sure. We would teach you over here
I
for
want you to
sure.
deal with it.
Okay, I'll take care of
I
it.
was going to work out, and
But
my crew the second time
Uh-huh.
was a lot of blood. So I asked the spirit guides, and I said,
But yeah, all right, Jimmy. But we're gonna go ahead and end the show right here. So y'all got any final thoughts for us, real quick?
Thank you for having me up, man. I will talk to you later. Remember, everybody, get one of those Urban Lounge t-shirts. Support the channel.
And I got other stuff coming as well too. Working on. Appreciate you. Oh, go ahead, James.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, I'll talk to you later.
All right, appreciate you coming up, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, salute to everybody else as well too. Appreciate y'all. There we go. Appreciate everybody else who tuned into the stream tonight. This was the Ask Urban Anything show, and we have some guests as well too on the call-in line as well too. So we had a pretty good night, y'all. So make sure that you support this channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up to support this live as well too. Make sure that you tune in to my other episodes as well too that I'll be dropping this week. I will be continuing with my teaching as well too about the relationship dynamics. All right, so make sure you have your notifications set when I go live. And I also dropped some shorts today for you to check out for your entertainment pleasure. Let me know what you think about doing shorts in the comment section. And finally, check out my community wall, like I was sharing with y'all earlier. The community wall and community post, this is where the conversation is at. So make sure that you're there and participating in them conversations as well too, because we be having some great conversations over there, all right? So other than that, y'all have a great and wonderful night, and I will see y'all again on the next episode. Peace out.